The green flu has just ravaged parts of America, and our survivors find themselves in a predicament. They can't see. And in a world where a horde can be brought about by just a single sound, let's see what happens when our carriers are blind. A blind person has just woken up in a world that feels wrong. At first, they don't know what has happened. They step outside and are immediately hit with the sounds of panic. People are rushing through the streets, voices filled with fear, conversations happening everywhere. Some are civilians trying to figure out what is going on. Others, CETA agents trying to organize and create some form of safety. Slowly, they start gathering information. They hear announcements on people staying inside, staying clean, wearing masks, and no contact with others. Eventually, one name stands out: the green flu. They don't know exactly what it does, but they know enough to understand that something is terribly wrong. Meanwhile, someone of legal blindness and another of low vision are going through the same thing, and are trying to gather as much information as possible while waiting for answers. Days pass. The outpost has become their temporary home. Every strange sound raises concern. Every conversation brings new rumors, and more people become paranoid as they begin to realize that this isn't an ordinary outbreak. But for the completely blind survivor, the fear is different. Everyone else can see the danger approaching, the scale of what is happening. They can visually recognize what is wrong. But the blind survivor has to go off what they hear, what they're told, what they feel, which leaves room for the imagination. And as the days continue, they begin to wonder the same thing as the others. Just what exactly is outside? Weeks passed. The survivors begin learning about what is going on outside. Something's changed. For the completely blind survivor, information comes entirely from the others. The low vision survivor has become their eyes, describing what they see from beyond their shelter. And what they described is worse than what they could have imagined. A dark figure moving through the streets, another leaping impossible distances, and something with a long, unnatural tongue dragging people from safety. The legally blind survivor can only make out parts of these creatures, shapes and silhouettes that clearly aren't human. But even without clear vision, all three of them come to the same conclusion. These things are not what they used to be. They begin taking notes, learning what they can, the sounds that mean danger, which creatures announce themselves, which ones can be avoided. But one infected worries them more than the others, the one they now know as the Hunter. Unlike the others, it's completely silent until the moment it attacks. The low vision survivor explains what they had witnessed through their limited field of view. Another survivor walking through the streets, completely unaware of what was above them, until the Hunter had finally moved. For the other two survivors, that was enough. If something can hide from somebody who can see it, then what chance do they have if they can't see it at all? A loud roar echoes through the outpost. Something massive has arrived. The survivors barely have enough time to react as something abnormally large smashes through their shelter, sending everyone into a blind panic. The blind survivor can't make out anything around them, only the disorienting screams of fear as people rush about. But they still have one advantage: their guide dog. Holding tightly onto the harness, they follow as the dog pulls them away from danger. The low vision survivor calls out directions, while the legally blind survivor grips their arm, letting them guide. Together, the trio escape as the thing they now know as the tank tears apart everything in its path. But escaping the tank is only the beginning. They remember rumors of an emergency evacuation nearby. Other survivors had whispered about it before everything fell apart, and now that's their only destination. And getting there won't be easy. The blind survivor actually has an advantage that the others don't. The sound. The crying of a witch, the coughing of a smoker, screams of nearby common infected. They can pinpoint exactly where the sound is coming from, noticing things that the other two might not. But staying hidden becomes another problem. The world is chaotic. Any mistake could cause a horde, each encounter deadly. The only thing keeping them alive are the supplies and knowledge gained from the outpost, such as pipe bombs, which could give them openings should they need it. Against all odds, they may actually reach the evacuation center. But from there, their future becomes uncertain. If they are discovered to be carriers, they could become some of the most valuable individuals to be alive, researchers having them around to figure out a cure for the virus. However, this also makes them a risk. Some see carriers as a threat to society, as they can still spread the infection. There is one other interesting outcome, though. The green flu has shown itself to be capable of altering the body in ways that biology shouldn't allow. Because of this, theories have risen that it could potentially restore parts that are damaged, or return functions that were previously lost. Whether it can restore someone's sight is unknown, but it does leave an interesting question. Could the same virus that destroyed the world change someone's life forever? Overall, this is what I think could potentially happen if a blind person were to be in the world of Left 4 Dead. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments. If there is another scenario you are curious about, let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in blind people in horror situations, consider subscribing. Also, for those who made it this far, let me know if you prefer this more storytelling style. I'm experimenting with what may or may not work.